I'm going to show you guys why you should max your Roth IRA every single year and why it's probably one of the most underrated investment accounts out there. So to start off, I'm going to go off if you were investing this into a simple S&P 500 fund. This is a great example. VOO is the ticker. And as we can see, the S&P 500 has averaged a 10.463% annual rate of return over the past 100 years. At the moment, to max your Roth IRA, you just need to contribute $7,000 a year. And at 59.5 or any time after that, when you go to pull this money out, it is going to be completely tax-free. So let's say you're just like me, start maxing it out every single year at 18 years old. That's going to be about $583 a month with that 10.463% annual rate of return. At 60, that's going to be $5.2 million tax-free. Also, people have this image that you're in like a wheelchair when you're 60 years old. There are plenty of people, as long as you take decent care of yourself, you can be very active when you're 60 years old. But just to show how this compound interest really starts to add up, let's say you continue doing this until you're 65, you're now at almost $9 million. Same thing to 70, you're now at $15 million. And lastly, if you continue to hold on to this until you're 80 years old, that's $42 million, completely tax-free, and you can do whatever you want with that money. I want you to also just remember, this is just $7,000 a year of extra contributions, $583 a month. You can literally do anything to make an extra $583 a month if you can just do some work. And yes, this is not going to get you rich quick, but that's why you should also be doing other things outside of that. That's just $7,000 a year you need to put aside. I've been maxing mine for the past 2 years, but I also run a brokerage account outside of that. I take on much more risk here, and I plan to get this to $1 million before I turn 25 years old. I'm just saying those Roth IRA returns are as simple as just putting $7,000 aside a year and putting it into the S&P 500. Any single person, if you're willing to work, can make an extra $583 a month from any side hustle. You could literally blow every other dollar you make as long as you're maxing out your Roth IRA with that $7K a year, and you still will retire with a few million, if depending on what age you're at, of course. And no, nothing is a 100% guarantee. I don't know what the returns are going to be over the next 100 years, but this is based on history, and it's very highly likely the S&P 500 will return something similar to 10% a year. As long as you believe that America is going to keep running and businesses will continue to grow, the S&P will continue to rise.